and we will give further information when there's more information.
And for that last student had asked, what do you want to tell students who are not on campus? Should they go home right now?
That too is additional information that we need to provide as the situation develops.
So it's still very fluid at this point.
As we are able to provide information, we will.
And so far, I mean, you can't say whether there have been any shots or have no shots been fired?
As of right now, I can tell you that police are actively involved and are working diligently.
Is anyone hurt or injured?
Police are actively responding right now.
Do you know when we can expect to get more information?
When we're able to.
Thank you. You just heard that from New Britain Mayor Tim O'Brien. As you can understand, it's still a very fluid situation, not a lot of information that he wants to give out. As far as for parents who may be concerned right now, if their kids are inside the school here, he is telling you that they have a very capable police department. There is, as you have seen all morning long and afternoon long, a large amount of police presence. They are not giving any information if anybody's hurt, if this is a hostage situation. These are obviously questions that we're going to want to be asking when that press conference comes. The mayor just told us it'll happen as soon as they get it. So obviously, guys, still a lot of questions that we have here. Not much is known, but the mayor is trying to assure parents that they do have the situation under control, and we'll get that information as it comes. Guys, back to you.
All right, so Mayor Tim's discussed by Mr. O'Brien, telling students, follow police instructions. And if we could sort of add a side note to that, make sure that the police are the ones that are giving you the instructions. Obviously, this is a very frightening situation. Make sure you somehow confirm that the individual that is speaking to you is an officer before you follow that individual's instructions. Once you do that, follow those instructions. Mr. O'Brien would not say, in response to George Colley's question, whether this was a hostage situation. Another reporter asked whether there are any injuries. Mr. O'Brien, the mayor of New Britain, would not confirm those issues at this point in time.
It is, we should say, the school did say it is not an active shooter situation. We were told that earlier. Some other schools nearby are in lockdown. Some of New Britain public schools. We have a nearby elementary school which is in lockdown. Do you want to give that information,
Let me give the elementary information. Holmes Elementary at 2150 Stanley Street. Again, all this information is from Kelt Cooper. That is an external lockdown. That's right, Lisa. Out of an abundance of caution, kids not allowed outside but can move freely inside. Situation's a little bit different over at Halls Academy, 30 Pendleton Road, very close to campus. Right now, they are on a full lockdown.
All right. Todd, I have new information. What we're looking at right here, this is the CCSU website. They've basically taken down everything except emergency. This was just updated at 1:29. It says campus emergency, remain inside buildings, stay in place, stay away from windows. Police are on the scene. So this just going out, this is what you get. I basically tried to Google all of the information of the residence halls and CCSU, and this is what their entire website has been taken down to, is this emergency information. So campus emergency, again, remain inside buildings, stay in place, stay away from windows. Police are on scene.
And as we continue to try to bring you the very latest information on this very fluid situation, we've already spoken to a number of our reporters at the scene, Doug, Jeff, and George Colley at the scene. We spoke to Darren Sweeney on the phone, who also works at this campus. WNBC, New York affiliate for NBC, is sending out their helicopter to us. We should have that within the next half an hour. We'll also send our Ryan Hanrahan to the scene as we try to gather more information and keep you posted as to just what is happening. But again, now that we can take a breath and review, CCSU, campus lockdown, students told to shelter in place, stay away from windows, and lock doors. A CCSU spokesperson says this is not an active shooter situation, but it is an emergency. It needs to be treated as such. The main focus appears to be this James Hall area. You're taking a look at pictures on your screen now of people gathering in and around the general area. But again, James Hall seems to be the area.
I have a tweet that just went out from the school. It says, we are still on lockdown. Police remain on the scene and are conducting a search in the James Hall area. Stay put. So that building right there, James Hall, that massive dormitory, is what police are searching. We saw tactical units come in, state police tactical. We saw SWAT teams that will assist in that search. Right there, you can see they're gearing up from a truck. I think that was Newington's tactical team right there. So you can only imagine the scope of searching an entire building. Every inch of the building has to be searched and cleared before any kind of stay put order can be lifted.
And the people that are doing it, not just the Newington SWAT team, but also individuals from the New Britain Police, the CCSU Police. These are all the units that are on scene. Of course, State Police have a number of troopers on scene. State Police tactical teams there are assisting as well. We're going to talk a little bit now about the description that a number of the witnesses we've interviewed on air have given. They describe an individual sort of a medium build, in and around the 6-foot range, in and around the 175, 180-pound range. We've heard varying reports. Some people say this individual was wearing knee pads, but we have heard the following 3 things repeated throughout those interviews: that this individual had some sort of gun, had some sort of mask, and we have also heard of some sort of a sword.
A sword on the back is what we heard at one point that caught people's attention. Yes, this is what I just read. Good, we tweeted. They are searching, conducting a search in the James Hall area. Yes, to follow up on that, also body armor, one witness described this gentleman as having. He was around college age, 6 foot 180, with a small gun clipped to his waist, according to one witness, and ammunition, correct?
I believe that is correct. Let's go now to George Colley, who's provided a lot of that information to us. George, what is the very latest?
Yes, Todd, we're here on Manafort Drive. As you can see, the tactical team continuing to get ready here behind us. The amount of students that are starting to grow around us right now, as students continue to wait to try to get some sort of information. We did speak with the mayor just a few moments ago. He wanted to tell students, listen to police and follow police orders, and he wanted to assure parents that they have this situation under control. We don't know what's going on inside James Hall. We have spoke to some of the students here who are getting text messages from their friends or their boyfriends that are telling them that they're just kind of hanging out right now, waiting to get word, waiting to be told if they can leave that dorm. We have also saw some students, as we look in the window here, we've been seeing this throughout the day, students who are in lockdown peeking out the windows. Now, there are some people who've been tweeting at us saying, follow police orders. This area is just outside of where we are. This is, a good block and a half away from where the activity is. But you can see those students in lockdown here, peeking out the windows. They're trying to get information as well. They've been kind of giving us the what's going on sign with their hands up in the air as the day has gone on. So still a lot of information that we're trying to wait. We do have some students here right now, and actually, would you be willing to join us? What's your name?
My name is Pratesh.
And Pratesh, you're a student here at the school?
Yep, CCSU.
You're getting texts from friends inside?
Definitely, yeah, just saying that they're all right. They don't even know what's going on, so it's crazy right now. It's just a situation where we know what's going on, they don't really.
Are they free to leave their rooms?
No, not at all.
They're telling them just to stay in lockdown.
Yeah.
Have they heard a lot of police activity inside? Is there anything like that you're hearing from them?
No, I don't really know much about that, no.
So right now we can just say that for the students that are inside their dorm, they're hanging out, they're waiting for word, they're trying to get the information as we get it.
That's all it is, yep.
Thank you very much. And so that's really what it is. We also have somebody else here. How you doing?
Savon.
George Colley. Savon?
Yeah, my name is Savon.
And Savon, what is it that you know at this point?
Well, I just received a message from my friend just stating that they want everybody to put their phones on silent or vibrate because somebody just knocked on their door and they don't know who it is. Okay. So they're very terrified and they don't want to open up and they don't want anybody to be targeted for hearing noises inside of their room and everything like that.
So you're saying right now the police or the school are telling students?
No, a student who's in their room just alerted people via social networks and via text messages to turn their phones on vibrate silent because somebody just knocked on their door. They don't know whether it's authority or if it's the person who's over there causing havoc.
So right now there are students inside the dorm who are asking other students, in case they're watching us right now, to turn your phones on silent. They're a little bit nervous about a knock or something on the door. Again, this is not something we've heard from police. This is not something that we've heard police or the mayor telling us, but we are hearing from one of Savon's friends who's inside that they are being asked to put their phones on silent just because they're not quite sure who's knocking or what's going on inside.
Correct, sir.
Have they expressed at all what the emotions are? I mean, what they're feeling like?
Not really, but I mean, basically when you read whatever they posted on a tweet or messages, you can tell that everybody's very scared because they don't really know what to do. And when you hear about a lot of situations like this at school, you don't want to test it. You want to open your door and find out what could possibly happen if you do. So a lot of people, I would say, are very scared, very scared.
And what year are you here?
I'm I'm a senior now.
So you're a senior. Obviously, this is not an active shooter situation. We want to stress that. Police have told us. But schools do prepare for this. Have you guys, in your 4 years here, ever had any drills, ever had any situations prepare for something like this?
Nah, to be completely honest, no. But I mean, I know when a situation happened last year about a person being on campus, not specifically with a weapon, but to harm someone, they did send out, emails and tell people to stay in their rooms and things like that. But I've never seen a real live drill such as what's going on right now.
So there's never been any drills. You do live on campus here?
I do, sir.
So you've never had a drill inside your dorm, so to speak, to say if the situation ever comes, this is what you're supposed to do, this is what you need to do?
Yeah, correct. I haven't.
You haven't?
No, sir.
So that's certainly something we're going to ask from the authorities here at CCSU. Certainly these active shooter situations in colleges, unfortunately, are nothing new here in this country. But, these students, they are trying to almost take care of things on their own right now. They're trying to spread the word through social media, telling people, try to put the phones on silent. It was just one person who says they thought they heard a knock on the door. They were uncomfortable with that, so that's how they spread the word, because they don't know who that is, if that's authorities inside or possibly the suspect, who witnesses have said could be carrying a sword and possibly a gun. So that's what we are telling the students. If you are inside your dorm watching us right now, put the phones on silent and at least try to follow word until we hear more from police. We're going to try to talk to the mayor or police at this time to hear if this is anything that they have heard, if there's any information that they're going to try to give students. But that's where we are right now. Lisa and Todd, we're going to throw it back to you.
Thank you so much for your presence than when we last checked in with you.
Sure. Yes, and we're going to try to do this with the cords. And so I'm going to step off camera and lift this for my photographer, Dan Lee, as he spins this around, and hope we don't lose. You can start to see the crowd that's forming now here. We're at Manafort Drive. There's a Dunkin' Donuts, the Tony's General Pizza Shop. It's right at the intersection of Manafort, and I believe it's Stanley Drive here in New Britain. It's one of the main streets if you want to get into campus to watch an athletic event or try to get to the dorms. Sorry, as I get off camera. But you can see that this crowd is forming. We have continued to ask anybody new that's come, are you hearing any information? Are you talking to people inside the dorms? And everybody's saying the same thing over and over and over. The information they're getting at this point is from us. They're continuing to be told from CCSU to stay in lockdown. We are in a safe area right now.
All right, George Colley on the scene there on the Central Connecticut State University campus, just talking, students gathering, just trying to get information. As I know, we've been getting calls and people have been told to put their phones on vibrate and to stay low, stay quiet.
What's the situation right now?
That's the only...
All right, we're back with George's shot with his witness.
Obviously, on a situation like this, it's very fluid in terms of the technology.
We've got to go live right now with the mayor of New Britain.
Anything like that at this point?
What we can report to you right now is that there are no reports of injuries.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mayor. And obviously, Mayor Tim O'Brien giving us the information here as it comes. We're going to try to get more as it goes, but we can't tell you right now, no injuries to report here. He will not say if it's a hostage situation.
It's the only thing we can report right now, in addition to what I've already said, is that there are no reports of injuries.
So no reports of injuries, but we can't say anything more about shots fired or hostages.
There's no other information I can provide you at this time.
No hostages. You can't say that.
The only information I can provide right now is that our police are, and as well as other police forces, are on the scene. Are responding very diligently and are working hard to keep the public safe.
Do we believe it's just one building?
For a suspect at this time looking in the building.
We want to.
Is it your understanding that
we want to share right now some breaking information? The mayor just said no reports of injuries. That is very good news. And Todd, you have some very important information.
Right. Again, my source is telling me that there is a suspect. This suspect has been contained. Again, we are working to get more information on that to try to find out where, who, what, where, when, why, and how. But you also just heard George Colley speaking with the mayor, trying to get that sort of information confirmed. The mayor would say, but again, my source does say that there is a suspect, and that suspect is contained. We'll, of course, try to bring you the latest on that, because that's the latest.
At this point, we can't say any further information.
Is it contained into one building or one dorm at this point, or is it exterior?
It's still the same right now. The public safety agencies are on the scene. They have been responding right from the beginning. And right now I can report to you that there's no report of injuries.
One of the things that you mentioned, that there's a very competent team here.
Correct.
And it's in light of all the things that have happened not only on college campuses, but because of those things, our teams and our police are much more able to handle situations like this.
We have a very professional police force in New Britain. It's been something that's been a high priority of mine. We're going to continue to make sure that we have a good public safety. We're also very very pleased by the great coordination between different public safety agencies, state and local, in responding to this incident. On that